Hi guys, Jeff Gibby here, back in the MetaStock studio, in here to show you and talk to you a little bit about Vince Vora's winning momentum strategy. So thanks for watching, appreciate your time, and let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Vince, you may know from a lot of the workshops and the events that we do together. He's a personal friend of mine. Love Vince. He's actually been working with us for about a year or two now, and he's been a trader for over 30 years. The thing I love about Vince in particular is he likes to simplify things and boil them down into a point that's a system that's very easy to understand, very easy to implement, and is straightforward. I say it a lot, but I think things that are understandable for me and things that are easy to grasp and don't involve just a ton of really complicated rules work. They generally, and when they work, they generally tend to work really well. And they're also really, really easy to follow and keep your stop losses in mind and your stop losses at play, and actually make for very good technical systems. And so with that in mind, I think this is a great system. I'm going to kind of talk to you a little bit about the design behind the winning momentum strategy, what it looks at, what it looks for, give you an idea of how it works, the ideas behind it, the mechanics behind it, and what's all included in the add-on. And it'll be a short video. I'm hoping to kind of keep it short enough that you understand what's going on in it. And of course, if you're interested, like everything we sell, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee and a very reasonable price point. So let's go ahead and get started. Winning momentum strategy uses momentum, and it uses some of Vince's favorite indicators around momentum. It's designed to kind of look at the trend and trade with the trend and use momentum. So I actually want to show you kind of how it works in MetaStock. So I'm going to go ahead and swap over into MetaStock. This is a chart of Starbucks that I've kind of pulled up with the winning momentum strategy in place. Okay. One of the things I want to talk about first is this slope ribbon. If you've seen the Our Favorite Trade Setup, it's another add-on package that Vince has created for MetaStock. It's a very similar slope ribbon. The way it works and the way it's calculated are actually the same. What we're looking at, and what the slope ribbon is actually looking at, is it's looking at this 20-period moving average, the red line here on the chart. And basically it's trying to decide if it's going up, if it's going down, or if it's not going, or if it's going sideways. In other words, if it's going up and if it's going up enough, it's going to tell you that the slope is positive down here. If it's going down and if it's going down enough, it's going to tell you that the slope is negative. So we're looking at kind of what the trend is. We want to trade in the direction of the trend. Vince really likes the slope and the momentum, if you would, of the moving average to be increasing. And so you will see when it's going up, basically you're going to see the slope positive. And that's one of the things that we look for when we get a buy signal or a sell signal, is we look for the slope positive. So in other words, if the slope is positive, the system's automatically going to be looking for these long setups, these long triggers, and these long exits. Whereas if the slope's negative, like it's been here a couple of times in the recent past, then it'll really only be looking to go short. It's not going to trade against momentum because, well, it's not a good idea to do. So to kind of just talk really briefly about kind of what the rules and the indicators that are included, I'm just going to kind of zero in on this particular buy setup right here. Basically, the rules are basically using some very simple stuff. What we want when we're looking at a setup is we want the RSI to be crossed up above its 50 line for a setup. That's step one. The other things that we want is you'll notice that we've got the Ichimoku Cloud here. We want the 20-period moving average to be above the Ichimoku Cloud. And then in addition to that, we want the close of the actual security, in this case Starbucks, to be above the cloud as well. When all of that happens, when you have that cross, all of those pieces kind of fall into place, so to speak. MetaStock's going to alert you, and you'll see a little bit of a buy diamond, what we call a trigger on the chart. Now, I said trigger. I actually meant setup. This is the buy setup. So the buy, basically, at this particular time, what we're looking for is we're looking for a trigger to get into the trade. And we do have commentary that's built into this. I'm going to actually show you exactly what that is. I'm going to go ahead and open up my expert commentary, which will put a window right here. I'm going to move that to this setup day so you can see exactly kind of the advice that you're going to get and how that works. So what it's going to say, if we're looking at this particular bar on this particular day, it's going to say the winning momentum strategy setup is currently signaling a long setup opportunity. To confirm this is a valid buying opportunity, you must wait for a trade above $50. It's telling you where you're going to enter that trade. A trade below $48.99 would invalidate this trade. It's also going to give you some advice in terms of if you're an options player, where you should look to place options, what deltas you should be looking at, what you should do if you want to trade aggressively or conservatively. And it's also going to give you some very detailed, if you're long, here's how you're going to get out of that trade. You should trail the stop loss according to the stop loss indicator, or you should exit the position 2 weeks before the expiration date, and that's how you would get out of it. And if you go long, it's actually going to give you a stop loss order. It's, in other words, it's going to tell you when you should get out of that particular trade. So a few days later, after this setup happened, you'll notice that we had a trigger. The stock went above $50. That triggered us into the market. When that happens, and when you're in a long trade, you'll notice that it's going to highlight the colors of the bar green for you. So it's just basically going to tell you, okay, you're in a long trade right now. And it'll give you the information on how you should stay in that long trade. The exit on this is based on a CCI or the expiration date. So if we come over here to the exit, it's because the CCI is crossed over. The advice that it's going to give you at that point is going to tell you to go ahead and get out of that long trade. Just love how simple this is. I love how well it's put together. And in this particular case, it was a very, very good winning trade on Starbucks. And you'll notice that's not uncommon. Here we had another really good trade on Starbucks. And out of the trades that are, and here we had another really good trade on Starbucks. So it works very, very well in terms of identifying momentum, telling you when to trade and that kind of stuff. If you're new to MetaStock, well, one of the things that I'm going to talk to you a little bit about is the ability to scan. I think it's one of the best parts of MetaStock. I'm going to go ahead and open up what we call in MetaStock our Power Console, which gives you the ability to look at charts, also gives you the ability to scan for securities, system testing and forecasting we won't really talk about too much in this short little video. But scanning allows me to go through, and obviously, as a trader, I'm looking for an opportunity today. I don't want to spend a bunch of time looking at a bunch of stocks that don't have opportunity. I want to find something that has an opportunity right now. And we call that, in MetaStock, we call that scanning or explorations. So I'm going to run an exploration here, and I'll just show you how this works. I'm going to go ahead and maximize this to full screen. And there's two of them that come with the winning momentum strategy. It's the winning momentum setup and the winning momentum trigger. So, for example, if I wanted to find something, let's say that it's after market hours, I wanted to find something that's set up so I can watch it to see if it triggers. In that case, you're going to run this winning momentum setup. If I wanted to find something at a trigger point, for example, maybe I'm running my scan in the middle of the day and I want to find something at a trigger today, I will go ahead and click on this winning momentum trigger. So that's the difference. One will look for the setup, which is that diamond on the chart, and the other will actually look for the buy or the sell arrow. That's it. Down here, you can actually select whatever markets you're interested in. If you're interested in Europe, you can actually scan like the London Stock Exchange, or if you're in Asia, you can do the Jakarta Stock Exchange. Or, there's about 373,000 issues that are available through the Reuters data that we use. So regardless of the market that you're interested in, we're probably going to be able to allow you to scan based on these signals and that kind of stuff. I am not going to run this scan now. I've actually pre-ran it, but it only took a few minutes to kind of go through and identify all of the setups and triggers. I do want to spend just a minute to show you what a report would look like. So what I'm going to do is actually just open up the trigger report. This is what this is going to look like. Basically, you're going to have the instrument names right here. Okay, and if I sort them by long, out of all 3,000 something stocks that I scanned earlier today, these are the stocks right here. These 10 or so are the ones that had a long setup or a long opportunity. It gives you the close price. It also gives you the value of the slope calculation when that buy signal came in. So it kind of gives you some information. You can, of course, save this list out and go through them one at a time. You can open them from this list by clicking on this open chart. But basically, it's going to allow you to save time. So now you have a short list of maybe 10 securities that have buy signals. You can go in and look at those, decide on which one you like the best, and take the advice out of the expert advisor for the commentary and all that kind of stuff. So in a nutshell, that's the product. That's what it does for you. That's how it's going to be helpful for you. Let's kind of wrap up a little bit. There's quite a few things that are included in this particular product. There's a winning momentum template, which just basically sets up your chart exactly the way you want it to look at. We do have the setup and the trigger exploration. Again, there's two separate explorations depending on whether you want to find them that are setting up for a buy or a sell signal, or one that have already triggered in. You've got the expert advisor that gives you that detailed commentary. One of the things I like about this particular product too is training. So when you order the product, there's actually going to be included in it is going to be 2 training videos. One, which is done by Vince Vora, that's going to actually talk to you very specifically about the strategy, how to utilize it, maybe how to evaluate out of those 10 stocks which ones to do. He's going to go through some alternate exit strategies. It's really like buying a full training class. So you're going to understand the methodology. The second training video that you're going to get is the one that I created. It's basically going to really kind of show you how it all implements and works inside of MetaStock. So it's going to go in and basically show you, here's how you set up your scans, here's how you save the list out, here's how you look at the commentary, here's how you manipulate things. So between the 2 videos, you can have a very full understanding of not only what you're looking for, but what you should be doing to get to what you're looking for as well, with my MetaStock training video that shows you how to use everything. Okay, it's a $499 cost. As everything that we sell, it includes a 30-day money-back guarantee. And yes, that is a one-time cost. So in other words, you don't have to pay for that annually. You don't have to pay for that monthly. You buy it, you own it. And if you'd like to order it, give us a call. Our phone number is 800-882-3040. You're welcome to call us and ask us questions if you like. Our sales staff is very, very good. And that's it for me. I appreciate your watching the video. Let us know if you have any questions. And thanks. We'll see you at the next one.